Hey, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Dear Deja. Okay, let's get this thing popping. Let's get this thing going because I know you guys are excited to hear, and I'm excited to read this next letter. I've been thinking about it for a few days and I still haven't mastered how to tackle it. So let's read it one more time so you know we can be on the same page. Let me put my glasses on. Y'all know I can't see. Alrighty, it says, Dear Deja, I'm a 37-year-old single mom of two, and I just got my GED and Parks Department job. I'm so proud, excuse me, you guys. I'm so proud of my accomplishments, but I'm more proud of my best friend. Would you believe she just graduated with her doctorates and is now running the psychology department at NYU? I love that for her. Although we lead separate lives, we are very supportive and loving of one another. My family can't stand my best friend because they feel like she thinks she's better than me. That's their feelings, not mine, until recently. Ever since she graduated, she's been bossing up and letting it be known. She got a new condo and a car. She's living her best life. But one of the things I noticed was how much her lingo has changed towards a certain group of people. Lately, a lot of her memes and social media posts have been about Section 8 bumpers, which I have, low level education people. I just got my GED after attempting 10 times in the last 20 years, and city job workers and their bullshit salaries. She knows I just started my Parks Department job and how excited I am about it. I don't want to be salty and sensitive and assume she's speaking about me, but I am offended by her post because it does sound like she's speaking down on a category of people that I fit in. I don't want to have to fuck my friend up. Send help. Signed, I hate it when friends get weird. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow. Let me take a sip. Mm-hmm. Let me first start off by saying nobody likes it when the dynamic um, in a relationship changes. Nobody likes it when the dynamic in a relationship shifts because pretty much most times in your relationships it's cemented and solid because you kind of have a grasp on what it looks like, what it feels like, and what is going on. But when the dynamic changes in relationships, it causes other folks to have to kind of shift and move to make things flow smoothly, right? Sometimes folks can do that transition very easily and things are like, oh my God, great. We're at the next level. We lit. This is where we are in our relationship. Let's move forward. And then sometimes some relationships don't make it, right? Because not everybody is able to kind of do that shift and that move. And now one person is stuck in one place while another person has moved forward or regressed to another. Right, so let me first say congratulations on having a close friend that's so accomplished, and congratulations on your accomplishments as well. Because I don't care how big or small accomplishments are, if you set personal goals for yourself and you're successful at them, you deserve to be congratulated no matter what they are. Right, so once again, congratulations to your friend, congratulations to you as well, because it seems like you both have set out to fulfill some personal achieve some personal goals and you have done so. So for that, you guys should be in a space of celebrating each other, right? So congratulations, congratulations, congratulations on that. I want to celebrate you if nobody else. That's part one of it, right? Part two of it is I read when you shared that your family, right, might not have the best feelings about your best friend, right? What you said in the letter was that your family feels like she thinks she's better than you, right? I don't remember. Let me check and see if you said how long you guys were friends. Let's see. Um, no, you didn't say, because I'm just wondering if this is a new friend that has entered your life or this is somebody you've known your whole life, right? Dear Deja letters are really for folks who at least it's supposed to be, for folks who would benefit from an Operation Heal 100 Heart session, but they may not have the courage or the capacity to actually come get a one-on-one session, but they still want my feedback regarding the situation that's taking place in their life. Let's speak about you, right? Let's speak about you, yourself, right? I saw when you list your accomplishments initially, right? You gave me the impression from your letter that you were proud. Right? You are a proud mom. You just got a new job. You just elevated when it comes to your education. So to me, you gave me the impression that you were proud, right? That's what I got from when you initially started the letter off by listing your accomplishments, right? But it was something that you did that I noticed that I'm wondering about for you. When you list all of the things that your friend was talking about, the category of people that your friends was talking about, like I think she said something about Section 8, city job workers, so on and so forth, I noticed that everywhere she placed the negative is where you place one of your accomplishments, right? Which a part of me gets why, right? Because I am a city job worker, right? And you are, for what you said in your letter, a person that has a Section 8 voucher. So I could get why you would place them there, because that is the category of people she's talking about. But I also feel like with those people, she's putting a negative light on those things. And I think attaching yourself to those negative things that she shares kind of can mess with you and make you feel like the things that you have accomplished aren't really accomplishments, when really and truly they are, right? It is very, very hard being friends with a person who's on a different trajectory from you, right? And I say that because sometimes that trajectory can look to a person like it's better or worse than what you're doing, right? So it sounds like she has different goals. It sounds like she wanted to go as far as she wanted her education. She wanted to work at a particular place. She wanted to drive a particular car. She wanted to live in a particular setting, right? Whereas you have your own goals and skills and, and accomplishments that you want to bring to the forefront that means something to you. Just because you guys' goals differ and the way in which you went about them, it does not make either one of you better than the other, nor your accomplishments. It just means we have different goals. We set out to accomplish different things, but we both got it done. So the fact that you set out to do blah, 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 and that happened for you, and then I set out to do what I said I was going to do, and it happened for me, we should be, like I said in the beginning of this letter, in a celebratory state. It shouldn't be no issues, because what you want for you may not be what I want for me. I never forget, right? I was watching, I don't remember, it might have been Funky Doniva's, one of his videos. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Funky Doniva. He's on TGIF, on Fox Soul, but I watched him before he was on TGIF because he has his own YouTube channel. And in one of his videos, something that he said is something that I could relate to, and I use it now in my everyday life, right? If I'm arguing with an attorney, right, and they're trying to shit on me because they have their law degree, I know maybe it's their intention to offend me, but I'm not offended because I don't want to be an attorney, right? So I don't see how any of the accomplishments another person set out to receive or make happen, rather, I don't see how that could offend anybody else unless it's what they feel as though they want to achieve and they haven't been able to make it happen. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense, right? So let me try to frame this against the way you would get it, right? If you did you set out to get your doctorates? Did you set out to move in a condo? Did you set out to drive a particular car? And did you set out to work at NYU? Because if you didn't set out to do any of those things and your friend did and she accomplished them, then all you have for her is congratulations and well wishes because she did what she wanted to do, right? And it sounds like, again, which is why I congratulated y'all both initially, is that it sounds like you set out to do what you wanted to do and you accomplished that as well. So right now you both have accomplishments under your belt. They're just different accomplishments because you ladies are different people. You're not her, she's not you. Right? Another thing I want to lend to the lens in which you view the situation from is outside entities. Outside entities, right? I am a firm believer in this. I am a firm believer in this. I hold this tight to the vest because I believe this to be fact and law. When you allow other folks in your relationship, I don't care if it's a sexual relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, a family relationship, I don't care what type of relationship it is. When you allow other folks to interject and intervene in your relationship, you are running the risk of damaging it. You are running the risk of damaging it. Let me say that again. When you allow other folks to come into your relationship, no matter what type of relationship it is, you're running the risk of damaging your relationship. And I say that because when you started talking about your best friend, it sounds as though you really, really love her and y'all have a really good relationship. You spoke very positively. Oh, I'm so proud of myself, but I'm more proud of my best friend, and yada, yada, yada. So it sounds like you love her and you care about her and you're happy for her. But I think before we even get to some of the slick shit she may have been saying online, I think that you also have other family members, as you said, in your ear, putting things out there that may or may not be true. You said in your letter that your family feels like your best friend thinks she's better than you. And I'm going to tell you what I think. I think that you didn't feel that way initially, but I think by the things that the friend shared and the things that the friend has been posting, it kind of makes you lean towards what you've already been hearing, that she may think that she's better than you. And I want to question, do you think she's better than you? I would have to question, do you think she's better than you? I'm going to say this about these type of situations, right? This right here is a catch-22. This right here is a catch-22, and I'm going to say this because I've been on a giving end of this, like your friend, and I've been on a receiving end of it, like you, right? So I'm going to give a little personal story just to kind of give some context the way I'm going. One time, I was visiting my family, right? My family is my safe space. I can get around them and say and do whatever I genuinely feel because they are my safe space. I know no matter what I say or do in this space, you're going to love me, right? And I remember having some conversations with my siblings and cousins about a particular group of people. And I remember having my own input about those group of people, right? And because it's such a safe space for me, I just came out and shared what I felt, which in anybody's opinion, not in mine, because I don't feel like it was unflattering. I feel like I was just speaking facts, but I could see how other folks could view what I said as unflattering. So anyway, the moment I let the clip go, because again, I'm not thinking to be careful in what I'm saying around my family, I didn't realize that within that clip lied a lot of stray bullets. So once I let that clip go, even though I was speaking about a particular person, right, the things that I was saying about that person could pertain to some of my family members. And I never forget the look that I got from my family member, like, that's how you think? That's how you feel? And the moment I got the look, I processed, wow, what I'm saying is relatable to this person and they are offended. So there was nothing I could do in the moment because it already happened. But I remember feeling so bad because it was like, I don't want you to feel like I'm judging you, I'm looking down on you, I'm trying to play you, I think I'm better than you. But I also can understand that if I'm here saying all of these negative things or unflattering things about people who look like, sound like, dress like, and act like you, it could make you feel like, so what do you think of me? Right? And I'm going to also reverse that and be you in this moment, right? People never talked about fat people around me, right? People never talked about fat people around me because I am the fat people advocate to this day. Even with having lost some weight, you will still catch me in a setting, and when some type of criticism comes up towards plus size people, you will see me advocating for them, right? Not making excuses, but advocating for them because it's very relatable to me. It's very, very relatable to me, right? So, I remember that I was hanging around a group of people and plus size people came up, and some of the things shared about plus size people from this person was very unflattering, right? And again, in all fairness to that person, just like I feel about myself in that moment with my family, I don't think this person was trying to be malicious towards me. I don't even think this person was being malicious in what they were saying. It's just that the description that they were giving about how they felt about that group of people was very, very offensive and unflattering for that group of people, right? And again, if you're talking about fat people, I am a fat person. I know folks would say I got kicked out of the fat group. I don't know, for me, maybe I'm shallow how because I will always be there. I don't consider myself kicked out. So anytime that it comes up, it's like, whoa, don't talk about my folks, right? But anyway, when after the person said all of that, I'm almost sure my face suggested like, that's what the fuck you think? Word? So when you see the look on the face, it's like, whoa, but not you, Deja. But I wasn't talking about you. But you not like that type of fat person. And of course it brings up a lot of questioning. So then what type of fat person am I? Right? So I could understand how you can be the giver. I can understand how you could be the receiver. What I will say, because in this situation, we're talking about being the receiver. So what I'll say is I'll be you, right? In this moment, and I'll use, like I told you, my situation when they talked about fat people. My confidence is not shaken easily. My confidence is not shaken easily. Now, with that being said, right, I am a very compassionate person, right? So because most times I'm trying to be nice and compassionate, it can come across that, I'm not really steady and firm in my walk and my talk because I'm trying to be nice. But no, that's just me being compassionate. What I am is compassionate, but I'm also confident, right? So most times when people would bring up plus size people and I'm advocating for them, it's not because they have necessarily offended me. It's because I feel like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So they're speaking from a judgmental space as opposed to a space of, factual things, right? So like case in point, your friend might be saying all of these things about city workers and people on Section 8 and all of these things because she's never been any of them. So whatever you feel you may know about that group of people, it may not be factual. It may just be assumptions. And if I'm here to advocate for those group of people, I want to be advocating from a space of you being fair in your judgment and not because I'm offended because my confidence is shaking because you talking down on me. Right? So I don't know if that makes sense, right? And I want to clarify, I wish we was face-to-face so I could kind of clarify what I mean, because I do feel like it's a way that you can address this with your friend without beating them in the ass, all right? But I think that it has to come from a genuine space of not feeling offended because you rocked me to the core of my confidence by saying what you said. It's coming from a space of let me correct you because you've never been in these people's shoes and you don't know what they're growing through. So let me give you some background information before you pass judgment, right? So once again, let me see if I'm landing a plane. I would have to ask you, are you ashamed of any of those things or any of those categories that you seem to fit in that she was talking about in an unflattering way, right? So do you feel like, are you ashamed of being on Section 8? Are you ashamed of just getting your GED? Are you ashamed of being a city worker? Do any of these things make you feel ashamed? And the reason why I feel like you and your friend could get to a better space is because initially when you started the letter, you listed these as your accomplishments, and I got the feel from that part of the letter that you were proud of these things. So this conversation doesn't have to come from a space of, oh, you said something about me and you hurt my feelings, so now I gotta address you and beat your ass for talking about. No. You can address this from a space of making her more knowledgeable about the people that she is judging. Right? Because again, if she's here blurting all of these things out about these groups of people, I'm almost sure that she's never walked in their shoes. She's never walked in their shoes. She's just making her judgment call from a distance. Right? And again, we all can do that. How can you fairly assess something from the outside looking in? The majority of times you'll be wrong. Know what I'm saying? That's what Jay said a long time ago. Lucky me. Look it up. That's the name of the song. But in any event, he was right. He was right. I can pop all the junk in the world about what I think or feel parents should do or white people should do or any group of people that I have not actually been a part of. But once I'm educated about a situation and knowledgeable about it from the folks that are actually in it, it may shift and change some of the unflattering conversation. Right? So I think making your friend aware of some of the things that would, have a person make the decisions that they have made, which is the decisions that you have made, so she can kind of see it from your vantage point. Right? I don't want her to have to feel like when you confront her, which I'm hoping that you do, because I don't want the friendship to end, but I don't want her to have to feel like when you confront her, because this is the scapegoat and the easy thing to do, to feel like, oh, you just jealous because you a low budget bitch, and now that I done called you, I done called some people low budget bitch, you got struck by the bullet, so now you mad at me, so we can't be friends. No, that's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. That is the easy way out. There's a way for conversations to be had where we can maintain our friendship. So now, since you're having conversations about city workers, have you ever been one? And if not, let me tell you the vantage point of being a city worker. Let me tell you some of the things that the city workers go through in order to keep the city running. Let me tell you what salary you can make working for the city. Let me tell you about the health benefits. Let me tell you how city workers was most times frontline workers during the pandemic. Like, there's some ways to educate her so she's not doing what you feel like is doing, looking down on that group of people, especially because that's the group that you feel you fit into. Right? So I do get the whole looking at it from just one perspective and feeling like, what you not going to do is let that clip loose and act like all the bullets is for everybody else and every last one of them hit me. No, that's not cool. But there is ways to have the dialogue about the things that she said and let her know that it can be offensive. And because you're not the only person, like you said, you're not the only person that these circumstances fit. So she may go other places and be uneducated on what those categories look like and make the same ignorant comments, and people won't be as nice as you. People won't give grace. People won't ask for advice about how to approach this. Somebody will just beat her fucking ass, right? So maybe if she's educated, it will help her, change the conversation surrounding how she feels about those people, right? Because this is how I'm looking at it. It's nothing wrong with having accomplishments. It's nothing wrong with bragging and boasting. It's nothing wrong with feeling good with who you are. But at the same token, while you're doing so, make sure that you are not standing so high up on a mountain that you think that everybody is beneath you. Right? And I'm not saying at all that is what your friend thinks. I'm just saying that hopefully it's not. And if it is, then you guys can have some dialogue about what that looks like for your friendship without the friendship having to end. Okay, so let me run this back again. If I was having a healing heart session with her, right, if she would have wrote the Dear Deidre, this dialogue would look totally different. But because this is for you, and I want you to be able to take ownership of what you're going to bring to the space in order to help this friendship develop and grow, instead of dismantling, I'm only sharing with you what I think would work for you. When you first opened up the letter, it sounded like everything that you had accomplished you were proud of. I want to say to you, I am proud of you as well. I'm pretty sure your friend is proud of you as well. Your friend has her own goals that she accomplished. They don't take away from what you accomplished. They don't minimize what you've accomplished. The only difference is her goals are different from yours, right? But you both did what you set out to do, which was achieve the goal, right? So now, because she's posting and commenting on a category of people that you may fit in, the only thing you could do is try to holler at her from a place of confidence, because I'm not ashamed that I got my GED. I'm not ashamed that I'm on Section 8, and I'm not ashamed that I'm a city worker, right? And because I'm not, and because you may not be any of those things, let's try to have some dialogue about it so I can educate you on those people, because it may be able to change the conversation that we have about those type of people. But when a person is just vehemently saying nasty things about a group of people and you fit into that group, you may want to, and this is the reality of it, assess the friendship if the dialogue cannot change. And I'm saying that because if this is in fact her genuine feelings from the way you assessed it, that she's being offensive and looking down on this group of people, you never want to surround yourself with folks who think they are better than you, ever. It's okay to hang out with people who differ from you. I actually encourage it because it helps you to broaden your perspective on things and grow and be able to look at things from different vantage points and all of that beautiful stuff. So I personally like to hang out with people that are opposite from me. But I never want to surround myself with folks who think they are better than me or that are looking down on me, because no one man is better than the next. We are all just different from one another. And if you want to be in my circle and you want to be my friend, you have to understand that you and I are walking two totally different paths. It doesn't make your path greater than mine. It doesn't make you a better person than me. It just means that we're walking two separate paths and we're trying to walk them together. So, my dear, oh, Lord have mercy. I am in favor of good friendships working, right? I am in favor of good friendships working. They all go through ups and downs. Things happen between folks. But I know to my core that if the friendship is a good one, it will come full circle and it will be able to grow with you guys united. And this is the opportunity right here, because again, we all hit a fork in the road where, sometimes it's like, okay, we splitting on this part. I understand that, she may have reached a certain level in her life, you reach a certain level in yours, and things shifted a little bit. But if that is your friend and you love her, it can come back to what it needs to be as long as she feels the same, right? As far as your outsiders, which is your family members and what they feel about her, what I'll say is this. If what they feel about her is deep down your feeling as well, then I think you need to be honest with yourself. I think you need to be very honest with yourself, right? But if their feelings are their feelings alone and that's not what you feel from your friend or about your friend, do not let anybody ruin what could be a very beautiful and continuous thing. People need people. Okay? So I hope and pray that I was able to kind of give you a standpoint and a perspective to approach this from, where the friendship doesn't have to get weird and you don't have to do what you said in your letter. Fuck your friend out. Because at that point, I think the friendship would be over. But I think you got this. And I think you want to have it, because if not, you would have never reached out. You would have just fucked your friend out. All right, so I appreciate you for reaching out. I love Dear Deidre. Love, 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 love. You're going to see this answer drop. Hit me up if you want to come for a one-on-one session, if things progress and you kind of want to let me know how it went, or you want to get some more feedback about how to approach it from a different perspective. I'm here. I'm ready. I would never stop doing Dear Deidre. I would never stop doing Operation Heal 100 Hearts. I would never stop doing My Popular Opinion. I would never take down my YouTube channel. All of these things are my life's calling. If you want to send in a Dear Deidre letter, you can send it to Operation Heal 100 Hearts with the S at the end at gmail.com. Okay, that's the only way that I accept letters. I appreciate everybody for their love and support. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and see you soon.